But I think the rest of it is just a lot of marketing. There's a lot of BS, I think, in those vitamin B12 shots.
Mhm.
People are like, oh, I'm feeling tired. I'm gonna go get my B12 shot. One, I
What
think
are
it's
they like?
placebo. And second, we see a lot of side effects when people are
Yeah, we do.
overdoing them. Welcome to the More Than a Pretty Face podcast, where we go more than just skin deep to explore the science of beauty so you can look and feel your best at any age. I'm Dr. Azi and Nurse Lacie, a board-certified dermatologist, and joining me, my co-host, this is Nurse Lacie. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I am so good and so excited for this episode. It's festival season in SoCal, and we're going to talk about one of the most popular events that's right around the corner.
Well, to me, Coachella does not sound like an easy trip. I mean, talk about braving the heat, the sun. I know it's popular. I've never been, but it's never been one of those things where I'm like, I really want to go to Coachella because
Yeah,
I just think of my skin in that poor weather.
I'm not surprised.
But I don't think anybody thinks about that. I think
No.
everybody thinks about how fun it is and the music and, but that's, I guess, just the dermatologist in me.
100% the derm in you. I've never gone either, but in spirits of talking about this, you have gone to some pretty amazing events, and I really need to know more.
I have. And I mean, they've all been sort of surprises to me as well. Nothing as cool as Coachella, which, guys, we are going to be talking about your guide to surviving Coachella coming up. So get this. I got to go golfing at one of the most exclusive golf courses. Apparently, you have to be invited to this golf course, and
Interesting.
the members are like Matt Damon, Michael Jordan.
What?
Like I went into the boys' locker room, and
Of
all
course
their
you did.
lockers had their like little names on there. Michael Phelps.
So
It was
cool.
really, really cool. So we get there, and they set us up for this experience. It was with La Roche-Posay, who sponsored this Netflix slam between Rafael Nadal and Carlos Alcaraz. I mean, Alcaraz. I always call him Alcatraz, which are some of my all-time, favorite people to want to go to watch. So, yeah. So I've never golfed before, but they didn't know that. They thought we were avid golfers. So they're like, "Oh, this
Why
is
did
going to
they think
be."
that?
I don't know,
What about you
but
screams golf?
just the outfits, I think. So we're in the locker room and they're like, "You guys ready? You have your clubs?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "You got your golf shoes?" No. So we're out there. I swear this is my very first time golfing. And it was so embarrassing
Oh my
because they set
gosh.
us up with this pro thinking we're avid golfers and we were going to play this all day. What is it? 9-hole. The golf course was beautiful. And it does not even look like it was in Las Vegas because they transplanted something like 40,000 trees from Northern California just to make it look
Wow.
like you were not in
Well,
Vegas.
when you have Michael Phelps and all these big names, I would imagine.
Yeah, and Nadal was there casually, just walking around, sitting on the couch, just talking around, and then he was, going out golfing,
And
and it
for
was
us that don't know him, tennis, I think, is
yeah,
that
he's a big, big tennis player
okay?
and probably one of the greatest of all time. And my son is into tennis. My whole
Mhm.
family actually. I don't play either because too much sun exposure, I think. I have such a fun life. I don't like going to Coachella or going to play tennis or golf.
Yeah,
No, but
no.
anyway, it was really funny. I had to drive this little golf cart, which I've never done before in my life either. There was a lot of nevers.
That's the
Okay,
best part of golfing.
yeah, and I'm out there golfing, or I shouldn't even say golfing. I'm out there with a golf club and golf balls. That's a better description. They're like, "Do you have golf gloves?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I know about those because I tell my patients wear them on both hands." I don't have them, but I'm
Sun
gonna run
protection.
inside and get them because what a great idea. I gotta protect my hand from the sun. So I go out and I come out with both gloves. The lady's like, "Usually you wear one, like on your, one of your hands." I was like,
Mhm.
"No, no, I want both. Give me both."
Sun protection.
So I
Yeah.
did get some golf gloves. I bought them. But yeah, it was interesting. I think by the, mid-afternoon, the guy was like, you guys want to just take some pictures? Like, you guys want to just do some like content? It was like helping us shoot content at this point.
Aw.
Yeah. Anyway, check that off. I went golfing.
That's awesome. Was that your beauty?
Yeah, beauty and blemish, because I was really embarrassed multiple times throughout the day because I didn't have the answers or the moves for this golf course.
Can you please post? Somebody has to have video of you trying to golf, right?
I'm going to post it, actually.
Okay,
There's
good.
a lot of interesting moments
Maybe
that went
we
on.
could just, put it in this video here and just show a glimpse of that, because I would love to see that.
Never driven a golf cart before, but
You're a pro.
this way. Nice. Look at all our camera crew over here. I think they're waiting for Nadal, who's like coming in. We forgot our gloves, so we're gonna go back and get our gloves.
We'll be right back.
We'll be back.
I'll just practice.
Yours gets more air than mine.
I didn't hit mine.
Oh, you did yours. That was someone else's ball that got more air. Was that my ball that got air? Just practicing. Yeah. It was so bad that the caddy felt so bad for me. So he was like, this is how you hold a golf club. The ball goes on this little toothpick like thing. I forget what he called it, but it's like one of these little things, and the ball sits on there because I put the ball on the turf.
I can't even.
Well, the
right
first
now.
time, okay, I this is a true story. The first time, they have the ball stacked like a pyramid. I thought you just hit all those balls. Like, the ball sits on top of the top pyramid. He's like, no. He's like, you got to use one ball at a time. So I set it on the turf, the real grass. And then he's like, no, it doesn't go on that one either. They laughed so hard. The caddies
would imagine. I'm laughing so hard. This is great.
It was good. It was good for content. So we'll share some. So what about you? Do you have a blemish?
Yeah, I actually do have a blemish.
All right.
Or a beauty. We had a patient last week, and she came in. She was in for just like her full body skin check, and she had this mask on her face that scared me.
Oh.
It peeled off. She had this UVA invisible mask on her face.
I have seen those. I just ordered one.
Did you really? I could not wait to ask you about this.
Yes, they are these invisible UVA, UVB patches. They're supposed to block 98 or 99% of UVA and UVB, and they stick on your skin, and then you can put makeup over the patch.
Can you? Because
Well, I haven't tried it, but I think it's a little tricky to use. It's kind of like those tightening eye gel things, like the Peter Roth instant firming things, where it's a little tricky to apply. But I guess if you get the hang of it, it could be a very useful thing.
You could not see this mask on her. And then she peeled it. It looked like skin. It looked like
Yeah, it's like invisible. It goes
but it
on
was
the
so
skin.
tight, and it looked so like skin.
Yeah, I think my patch arrives tomorrow or today. I'm gonna review it. I'm gonna take a look at it.
I want to see it on you. We have to do it together.
Okay, maybe I'll show up to clinic tomorrow with it on.
Please. Yes, let's do that. I'm so excited. But I had to ask you what you thought about it. Is that going to be like the new trend, like the best sun protection?
It's very popular in the Asian, Korean markets, especially because that population does suffer a lot from melasma. So guys, check out our melasma episode. We do a deep dive on how to treat hyperpigmentation. And I think these patches may be a great option to add if you do suffer from that.
I'm excited to see you try it.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Well, before we get into skin talk, I thought it'd be really fun to do a quiz for you.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to quiz you.
Fun for me or fun for you?
Not on skin, but on music.
Oh, boy.
So fun for me and
as long
the
as
audience.
I don't have to name any people's names, because you know how I am with names.
I know how you are with names. And that's why I'm going to give you the name of the artist or group. And you're going to tell me if it's real or fake.
Oh, that makes it easier.
What do you think?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, let me grab my paper here. Okay, you guys, these are all some of the headliners that are going to be at Coachella. So let's see how savvy you are.
All right.
All right. The first one is going to be brunette-ish. Is that a real performer or a fake?
Brunette-ish?
Yeah,
I would say fake.
you're right. It's
Yeah.
blondish.
Oh.
Blondish is the real name.
Of course. Of course it's blonde.
Okay. What about Dom Dalla?
Dom Dalla. Is that a song? Is that a rap? Is that an artist?
You
It's
gotta
a
tell
song.
me.
Dom
Is
Dalla.
this artist real or fake?
Fake?
It's real.
What? What does he sing? What does Dom Dalla sing?
You know, that's not my age group, so
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm usually pretty good. I mean, I have a teenager, so I should know these. Okay.
Not me. Liberty.
Liberty. All right. I'm not doing well with fake, so it's real.
It's incorrect.
What?
The band is called Justice.
Oh, okay. I know Justice. What was?
The clothing or the band?
Yeah. The clothing. And the band. Didn't the band start the clothing?
No, I have no idea.
All these artists are doing like, all these brands now. Okay, well, moving on.
Moving on. Spicy ice.
That is real. That is some real.
It's real incorrect.
What?
It's Ice Spice.
Oh, come on. I think that's pretty close. That is tricky.
That was tricky.
You
I
are-
tried.
that
I tried
is
to get
tricky.
you.
You are one of those sticklers.
Okay, how about Lil Uzi Vert?
What?
Yeah, I don't
Did
know.
you just make some vowel sounds? What did you say?
I don't know.
Say it again.
Lil Uzi Vert.
I would say it's real.
It is. Good job. I knew you'd get that one right.
No, sure.
Okay, Forever and Always.
That's a song.
It is a song.
Yeah.
But we're talking about artists.
Oh. If it's a song, it's an artist too.
Incorrect.
What?
It's Everything Always.
Oh, come on.
Okay, Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, 100% real.
Are you sure I'm not tricking you?
No, because she asked for one of our products and of course, I looked her up, but she's touring with Taylor Swift, and I know
Yes.
this
Yeah.
because I'm waiting for her to see if she likes it.
Wait,
we
why didn't you
sent
call
her
me?
Hydratent BB.
You always tell me when something like this happens.
Oh,
I'm always the first. You're like, who is this person?
That is true.
And you didn't call me?
I'm not good with celebrities.
I'm really
honestly.
sad right now. Okay, on to the next. Okay, how about Chad the Creator?
No, it's Chad something else.
Are you sure?
It's not Chad the Creator.
What is it? It's Chad what?
Chad Crawford. Right? Chad Crawford.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about Cindy Crawford. It's
Oh.
Tyler the Creator.
Oh, of course.
I actually saw him in concert.
You did?
Yeah,
Tyler the Creator.
yeah.
Is that with a Y or is that with T-A Taylor? Is it Tyler or Taylor?
Tyler.
Tyler. Oh.
Yeah, Tyler.
I have got to get out and
He's
listen to some
He's
music.
very good entertainer. Yeah, it was a really
I've
good
gotta
show.
stop. My head's always in dermatology, I guess.
Live a little. Okay,
A little.
Tom Summit.
Summit.
Yes.
Yes, it's true.
It's false.
What?
It is John.
Tom Selleck. No, that's
sings?
not that. He does, doesn't he have a band? But he's really old. Is he
Wait,
still alive?
Tom Selleck? Why am I thinking of an actor? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Well, you're doing really poor.
I know.
Let's go.
What a surprise.
Okay. How about this one? Lil Yachty.
Lily Idrich? No. Lily Yachty. Is that one word or two words? Is that one word or two words?
Wait, what did you just
You got to
say?
give me a clue.
Say what I said. What
Lily
did I-
Aldridge.
Lily.
Lily Yachty. Is that
Like, slang, it's not little, it's Lil
Lily
Yachty.
Yachty? That's definitely true because there's a lot of Lils.
Lils, yeah. Lils
Like
everywhere.
Little Wayne.
Lil Wayne is,
There is.
Yeah.
Little.
he's not Lil anymore.
There's a lot of littles. Little.
So what do you think of Lil Yachty?
I think she's great.
So real, right?
It's a
Real.
what?
Real?
It's a real.
Is it incorrect or correct? Is this a real artist?
Oh, it's a real. Yes,
Yes,
real.
yes.
And she is.
And she's wonderful.
she's so great.
She is great.
She really is.
Okay.
Very talented, that one. I think
Very.
I need to go to
Very.
Coachella.
Yeah, you should definitely. Yeah, you should. Okay.
I think I need to go. I need to go get educated.
How about
on-
Karen Leon?
Oh yes, Karen Leon. That's definitely real.
Yes, good job. Yes, yes. What about Doja Dog?
No, it's Doja Cat.
Good job.
I love that one.
I tried to make it easy for
I
you.
like her new song. It's called Houdani.
No, that's not Doja Cat.
Oh, that's Dua Lipa. That's Dua Lipa. Is she gonna be at
And
Coachella?
it's
Because I really
Houdini.
like Houdini.
Yes,
That's
yes.
right. What did I say?
Houdani, I
Oh.
think. I'm not quite
Well,
sure what that was,
Houdini
but
is somebody who did magic tricks.
I'm very aware of who Houdini is.
And he has a Houdini. I'm gonna make you Houdini. And I think about erasing H spots. Like
yeah, like you're Houdini.
you do your Houdini. I'm
Yeah,
gonna make
you're
you
gonna-
Houdini.
Yeah, we should do a song. We should
Yeah,
do a TikTok
it's on my
with
my
that
to-do
song,
list.
and
It's-
you could just
I do
zap
love that
away
song.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
it's
love
a really
that
good song.
This-
I love that you're that passionate about it.
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
Very
what
passionate.
about Out of Focus?
In Focus? Out of Focus. Is that a song?
Again, we're talking artists.
Artist.
Is
Oh.
it real?
I would say it's fake.
Or is it? Yes.
Yeah.
Good job. It's
Who
Blur.
has Out of Focus? Oh yeah, Blur.
Blur.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Blur. Okay. Giving away Monday.
Oh, I would like to give away a Monday.
I would also like to give away Monday, but
Is that? Oh, it's this artist.
Yeah.
I would say fake.
Good job.
Yeah.
What do you think it could be?
Give away Friday.
Taking Back Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah.
Taking Back Sunday. Yes, of course.
All right. No doubt.
Oh, I know this one.
You
That
better
is
know
true.
this one.
That is real. Gwen Stefani looks so
Mhm.
good, by the way.
She is
She's
so
beautiful.
beautiful. And she ages backwards.
Yeah.
Like, I love her.
Yeah.
You did
That's
really
it? Oh, thank
you-
God
you
that's over. That was
did
hard.
better than I expected.
That was hard. That's the hardest test I've taken in a while.
Yeah, it was. It was really good.
Well, obviously I failed and I need to go to Coachella.
or any concert.
Yeah. Or
Okay. Back to our original program.
Yeah.
I want to know, not specific to Coachella, but just like any outdoorsy event that you need to pack for, what would you pack? Whether it's camping, Coachella,
well, obviously sunscreen.
number one.
But most importantly, if you're one of those people that just puts a little bit of sunscreen on, like you don't like to use a lot of sunscreen, like I use 4 or 5 pumps of my Hydratin BB
my
every morning.
gosh.
So I'm like, I like to like layer
Yes.
it on. And then you want to go with an SPF higher, like maybe a 60 or 100, because even though you don't apply the amount you're supposed to, it will protect you a little bit more than, let's say, the lower SPF numbers. And my second recommendation is I would take sunscreens in different vehicles. So take a powder SPF because that helps soak up moisture and oil and, gives you kind of a matte finish. Or take along a stick because I think they're really great for using like around your eyes or on your lips or on your ears or some of those places like your scalp. And then take a spray sunscreen for like body. Maybe you want to mist your face with it, your
Your back.
scalp and your back. Yeah. So try to take different sunscreens in different formats just because you can use them throughout the day. Depending on if your skin, is feeling dry, you might want to use a lotion. If it's feeling kind of wet and oily, you might want to use a spray or a powder. So I think that would be really helpful. So
And don't forget your lips.
Oh, and do not forget your lips. I love the Pout Plump 30 as a lip balm gloss that does a little plumping. It has SPF 30 in it. The lips are very thin and they are so prone to getting damaged really quickly and getting sunburned really
Yes.
quickly. So make sure whatever balm you pack has SPF in it because shiny balms actually magnify the UV rays. It's like laying out with baby oil. And so you don't want to damage your lip collagen and develop precancers and skin cancers down the line. I treat skin cancer on the lip all the time, particularly the lower lips.
Speaking of Pout Plump, it's been
Yes.
getting a lot of publicity lately.
Yes.
Vogue, Women's Health.
Women's Health named it the best plumping lip balm.
Yes.
I love it. It's one of my favorite things. And you can apply it over your regular lipstick. Lipstick actually has some, sun protection, but lip gloss, shiny things, you got to make sure it has SPF in it.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm super excited that people are loving the Pal Plum.
Yes. Me too.
So then next on my list would be sunglasses, because just like our skin is prone to
Yes.
damage, so is our eyes, like our cornea and our sclera. And you guys may not realize that not wearing sunglasses down the line can form scar tissue called pterygium.
I was just going to say
And
that.
one of our very young medical
Very
assistants
young.
recently had surgery to remove that pterygium. It's like a web-like scar tissue that forms
Yes.
on the surface of the eyeball, and it's not attractive. And the procedure to remove it is not fun,
Painful.
and it's all from UV damage. So make sure that you are packing pretty big, dark sunglasses that you're wearing all the time to protect your eyes.
Yes.
And you're packing for disaster in case you get
What?
a sunburn.
Oh, yes.
You want to have some nice cooling aloe vera gel and bug bites. I hear there's a lot of mosquitoes in the
Yes.
desert
Camping
during that
in
time.
general.
Just hot weather in
Mhm.
general, and the flowers being in bloom. You can get a lot of bugs that love to bite. Some people more than others. Some people will really get, these red, very itchy
Yes.
bumps. Do not scratch them, by the way, because they turn into these hard, dark, scars almost.
That's easier said than done.
Yeah. Or you can use the DEET spray to prevent the bug bites in the first place. But if you end up getting a sunburn or a bug bite, pack Soothe HC, which is a medicated cream designed to stop the inflammation, stop the itch, stop the burn. So it
Yes.
helps calm down inflammation that's associated with rashes or sunburns when it turns kind of red and swollen like that, or bug bites. And then you can ice your bug bites too. That also helps prevent you from scratching them.
If you have ice available when
Yeah.
you're camping.
Hopefully you have a refrigerator.
People don't take refrigerators when they go camping.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
hopefully you're glamping and not camping. And you can have access to a refrigerator, because you want to use your medicated topicals like your aloe vera gel when you get a sunburn,
Cold.
or your Soothe HC when you get a bug bite or a sunburn or a rash, and you want to apply that cold.
Yeah.
So what else am I leaving out? I think we have it all covered. And if you end up with a sunburn or pigmentation, go see your dermatologist.
Yes. Well, what about when you're wearing your Daisy Dukes? And you, I'm sure,
Oh.
do not ever have this problem, but like the chafing of your thighs.
Oh, yeah. You can
Yeah.
wear a skin protectant. Like Aquaphor has a spray that goes on really clear.
But
I would say you can wear diaper rash cream, but that would be kind of funny.
be pretty thick, wouldn't
Be
it?
pretty thick.
Yeah.
But even a good thick layer of sunscreen.
And that stuff goes
like,
everywhere.
It does. And La Roche-Posay makes this sunscreen with SPF 60. It's called Melt-In Milk sunscreen.
Yes.
That would be a little bit thicker, that you can apply in that area, that would give you protection, but also help form a coating. What I also love about this one is that it absorbs really fast, so it doesn't feel sticky. So that would be good to do. Maybe a thick layer of a cream like that.
Okay. What about hydration? So for me, I don't go anywhere whenever we go to Vegas, camping, whatever it is. I always bring a mist
Yes, I
before I
love
put on my
those.
products.
Yeah, I love those thermal spring water mists, because they're very hydrating and it's safe. Like,
Mhm.
I don't like setting sprays, or even sunscreen sprays, honestly, can
was gonna
sometimes
ask you about
irritate
that.
your eyes and your eyelids. So I would avoid spraying the sunscreens in the face. I know they're super popular. You see people,
Mhm.
I much prefer the powder. I feel like it's safer,
Yeah.
especially like a zinc-based powder that's, less reactive.
I bought a I forget the brand right now, but it was like a cooling mist, but it was SPF. And I was like, oh, well, I'll try that. That's better than like respraying my face throughout the day with the La Roche-Posay. Maybe I get more protection, even though I still use my brush. And instantly I sprayed it and I was like, oh, my eyes got really dry. And I was like,
Yeah, a lot of those
"Oh."
ingredients may not cause your facial skin to react, but the eyelid skin is much, much thinner. So some of those ingredients can be irritating to the skin, and the eyelids just get the grunt of it because it absorbs so much more around the eyes. And
Mhm.
especially if they're fragrance,
Yes.
that's even worse because then, the fragrance is a major contact allergen.
My favorite place to camp or get away is always beach settings. Like I like to be close to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you can elaborate, like salt water probably isn't good for my hair, but I love my hair.
Well, it
with
gives it
that
texture.
Yes.
So if you have really fine or like, kind of
Eh.
limp or not like body in your
Limp.
hair,
I'm limp.
then the salt water really adds a lot of texture to your
Mhm.
hair. And it's a good exfoliant. So obviously, they say talk about, all the magical things with ocean water.
Yes.
But I think we're getting further
Okay,
away
well,
from the desert talk.
That's
We're
my
supposed-
that's my fault. That's my fault.
So the other
Okay.
thing I would do though too is if it's really hot out, then you want to lighten your skincare. You want to switch from
True.
creams to more like serums and lightweight lotions. Maybe
Yeah.
opt for powders rather than, heavier balms. So in terms of makeup, I know a lot of people love those liquid blushes, but they
Mhm.
do have oils and things. So you might not go for like a powder brush if it's really hot.
Or
But
no
as they
makeup.
say in dermatology, it's all personalized, right? So if your skin feels dry, apply a cream. If it feels, oily or like it has too much sweat and things on it, then you might want to opt for lighter mists or powders.
What do you think of the deodorant wipes?
Yeah, I think those can be helpful. I think Clarify pads would be good too for those in
Better.
terms of reducing bacteria. A lot of the deodorant wipes might have aluminum in them, but it's certainly an easy way to both almost cleanse and have ingredients that help fight body odor or sweating.
Yeah.
And so I think those could be really helpful.
Okay. Well, going to Coachella is like going to a deserted island. So I want to know, if you were going to a deserted island or stranded, what 3 things would you take to survive? And it doesn't have to be skincare related. It could be anything.
Well, obviously, my phone that is attached to a charger that has built-in Wi-Fi.
So are those your 3 things?
No, that's my one thing. Okay, you said 3. This phone, in my mind, just like in your mind, I'm deserted on a island.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna take my Hydrotin BB because of all the exposure to UV and the
Mhm.
blue rays coming off my phone and from the sun.
Okay.
I need that protection. And sparkling water, lime flavored, because that feels so good in the sun.
Okay.
Like sparkling water with
And
lime.
that's
Oh,
all you need to survive.
that's all I need.
All right.
At least
Okay.
for a while. Until I can use my phone to phone a friend and
Well,
can send
it's
their-
charged with
their
Wi-Fi, so I
helicopter.
think you'll be good.
What would you bring?
I'm thinking survival mode. So for me, it was sunscreen so that I don't get burned,
Yeah, you probably get burned really easily.
a toothbrush, and tampons.
Oh,
So those were my survival.
tampons.
I've watched a lot of survival movies and
Oh.
shows, and I just don't know what I would do if I started my period and didn't have a tampon.
Oh. I thought you were going to use it to like climb trees or catch animals. Or,
Time together and
I
just
don't know, make a
swing.
raft or something to get out of the island.
Yeah.
My imagination is just running wild, I guess.
No, I like your idea better. Yeah. The cell phone with the Wi-Fi and the charger attached.
all
That's-
built in. All built in. It's all
That's
one
way
product.
better. That's way
All
better.
one product.
Okay.
Just like I like my skincare.
Yes. Simple and
Everything in
effective
one.
and everything in one. Yes.
Who has time for that?
All right, let's dive into Ask Dr. Azi, our segment where you guys submit your questions and we answer them on the podcast. So if you guys want or have any questions, email us at morethanaprettyfacepodcast@gmail.com or shoot us a DM at morethanaprettyface podcast on Instagram.
We have the most amazing podcast community, and we want to thank you for being such a loyal listener. To thank you for being a fan of the show, we want to extend a 15% offer exclusively to podcast listeners. Use code April15, APRIL15 at AziMD Skincare, April15 for 15% off. This is a special discount code we're only giving to our podcast listeners. Don't forget to tag me in your skincare selfies. I love to see you glow.
Our first question is regarding hangovers. So post-hangover IVs are everywhere. But
Everywhere.
literally. But I see them being touted for the skincare benefits. Do they really work?
It's big business. And I would
Mhm.
say that, yes, I guess if you are hungover, you had too much alcohol, you didn't drink enough water, you're very dehydrated, it does help. But I think the rest of it is just a lot of marketing. There's a lot of BS, I think, in those biotin, not biotin, but what is it that women, the vitamin B12 shots,
Mhm.
people are like, oh, I'm feeling tired. I'm gonna go get my B12 shot. One, I
What
think
are
it's
they like?
placebo. And second, we see a lot of side effects when people are
Yeah, we do.
overdoing them and they're getting like acne from too much B12 shots
Mhm.
and, all these vitamins and things. I guess if you are a heavy drinker and are really getting smashed and you're not eating, and so you need your vitamins like thiamine and vitamin, C, D, E, the essential vitamins, then yeah, it's probably beneficial for you to get that. But the average person, I don't know how much benefit you really see
Mhm.
other than making you more hydrated. But it's big business. What they don't talk about or what they show you or they don't show you is all the potential risks that come with running an IV,
Yes.
such as an air bubble that can potentially get in there. And I'm not going to go into this, okay,
Okay.
because it's just way out there. But all the things that I think about as a medical doctor that could go wrong, nobody, looks at. And just, infections and the IV, the needles, it's not without risk. It's still, a medical procedure. And some of these things are kind of being done just out in the
Willy-nilly.
field and, who knows the training that those people have, the
Mhm.
equipment, the sterility, and with rising medical costs and things, lactate ringer solution. I don't know. I would just be really
So
careful.
for you, the risks don't outweigh the benefits.
I personally wouldn't get one,
Right.
but I guess if you're on your deathbed and you're feeling really hungover,
Then it'd
I don't
be
think it's a
different.
bad idea.
What would you recommend that would be beneficial that's not IV?
Well, you know what I say? I say for every drink you
Slow down on
have,
drinking.
have a glass of water. And that's sort of a balance between the two. I mean, most of the symptoms that you see with hangovers are withdrawal from alcohol and
Dehydration.
dehydration. And so don't drink too much and pace yourself. And then certainly just hydrate as much as you can.
And what do you think about like reducing inflammation?
So berries, you should have a lot of berries. I know that the staff's laughing because they're
Mhm.
always talking about berries. They're full of antioxidants and, they can help hydrate you. And cucumbers, watermelon actually is amazing for
Mhm.
hydration. The water content of watermelon is really high and that, a little bit of that sugar will definitely help. And I have recently read about red ginger. I'm sorry, not red ginger, red ginseng.
Yes.
And how that is great for inflammation. I would rely more on some of these supplements and some of these natural sources rather than putting yourself at risk, from an IV bag.
What are your thoughts on sometimes we see promotions for skin lightening with these IV therapies?
Oh, yeah, I'm really scared of those because they're
Yeah.
usually using glutathione, which is very popular actually in Asia. The problem is glutathione is great. It's an antioxidant. It really does help salvage free radicals and help with detoxification and so forth. But the amount you need for skin lightening is actually quite a bit, and you have to get it done very regularly and so many sessions before you start to see the skin lightening effects. The problem is you have to keep going and you have to keep getting it. in order to
Maintain.
maintain your skin lightness. And over time, it can actually have the opposite effect of damaging your kidneys, your liver. So the doses you need and the amount of time that you need to go and the longevity of it is just, it's impractical and long term can cause damage to some of these organs. And I have to tell you, a lot of these things are just loosely regulated. Nobody
Yeah.
has real data or science that back up a lot of their claims. So for me, I feel like the potential risks outweigh the benefits. In medicine, we always look at, okay, what are the risks and what are the benefits? Do the benefits outweigh the risks?
Right.
And in this case, I feel like, there's skincare, there's so many other things that you can do that doesn't involve putting yourself at risk.
Yeah, I agree to that. Okay, so our next question is I feel like all the chapsticks I try make my lips drier, causing me to have to keep applying it, and then it makes it worse. Are there chemicals in chapstick that I should avoid or look out for?
I think one of the things that people don't realize is dry lips means damaged lips or inflamed lips. It's not that your skin is dry, it's irritated,
Mhm.
right? So chapstick has dyes in it, it has fragrance in it, and that can cause a lot of irritation. And when the skin is irritated, it's going through the skin layers really fast. It's not maturing like it should, and therefore you get, that flaking and that cut, lips that is open and it's inflamed.
Mhm.
So it could be the chapstick. The other reason that people have chronic chapped lips, and this is going back to me talking about how over time sun exposure can really damage the lip collagen and the lip
Yes.
skin.
Mhm.
Well, chronic sun exposure can cause something called actinic dermatitis. And actinic means sun damage or from the sun, and dermatitis means inflammation. So what happens is now you've accumulated enough sun damage, and this is very common, particularly on the lower lips, that your skin cells are damaged or abnormal, and therefore they are dry, they are flaky. You may have, areas of lip that are not, producing the mucosa like they used to. And so that can be a sign of precancers on your lower lip. So be sure that you see your dermatologist because you may have to have it removed or treated with cryotherapy because it may not just be chapped lips, it might
Yeah.
be precancerous
So
lips.
scary.
So be sure you have it evaluated. What I would suggest is go boring with your chapstick.
Mhm.
Forget the chapstick, the flavored stuff, the colored stuff. Use something really basic like Aquaphor, just Vaseline. And if you are also experiencing redness and it's severely, dry, then consider a medicated cream like Soothe HC
Mhm.
to apply to your lips first and then apply Vaseline on top. Do that, a few times a day. Do it for a week. And if you're still struggling and still have a problem, then it's really time to see your dermatologist and avoid the scrubs.
Yes.
People love doing the scrubs, but unfortunately, the scrubs are really harsh and they can actually cause tears and further damage the lips. So it's better for you to use like a chemical exfoliant, like 5% lactic acid. A product like M-Lactin is great. You can apply that
Oh, we
first and
talked about
then,
that, and I still
yeah,
haven't tried it. I
yeah,
need
check
to.
out our beauty hacks
Yes.
episode. We talked about that, but that is much better than a sugar scrub.
And isn't it also a sign that maybe you need to increase your water intake?
Well, that
Possibly.
certainly, if you're dehydrated, then the first thing that's gonna show is gonna be your skin and your lips,
Mhm.
particularly. Dry lips are one of the signs of being dehydrated, and that certainly could be the case, especially if you're out in Coachella.
Yes. And to touch on the Aquaphors and the Vaselines, make sure they're SPF
Yeah, if you're
if
gonna
it's
be, yeah.
daytime.
Mhm.
All right, then last question is, Dr. Shirazi, I have major regrets about a tattoo I got at a music festival years and years ago. I hate it. I want to remove it, but I am more afraid of the pain to remove it. I heard it's unbearable. Is there anything better on the market these days?
Well, if it's,
There is.
there is. So if you have a tattoo that's like one color, like it's black and really small and really faint, then lasers will do a great job. It just takes a few sessions, sometimes just one, depending on how professional that tattoo is. black color certainly responds the best to lasers such as the PicoSure, the picosecond lasers, or the Q-switch lasers. Now, if you've got colors like green and red and magenta and blue, and now tattoos are like so, complicated and, just in that case, then it will be a lot harder for the laser to remove it. And you can consider a new method called transepidermal pigment release, which is the TERP technique. The brand name can be Tattoo Away. And what that does is it actually extracts the ink directly from the skin. So it's irrelevant of the color or the complexity of the tattoo because it really just takes the ink that's in the skin and brings it to the surface and allows your body's natural processes to expel the ink. I find this better and safer because recently the EU banned over 4,000 inks. When you have laser tattoo removal, what happens is the ink that gets shattered by the laser light stays in your skin. It just gets shattered. And then it's up to your body's lymphatic system to gobble it up, and then it gets circulated all throughout your body and goes into your lymphatics. And we've seen reports of people developing diseases like sarcoidosis or even tumors from the tattoo ink that stays in their body for a long time. I mean, eventually you will probably pee, poop, or sweat it out. But until then, it's going to circulate. So this method is appealing to me as well as my patients in that it extracts the ink directly out of your skin. So it's out of your body.
Yes.
And I find it to be very clean. You only need 3 to 5 sessions most of the time. And so it's also less painful. I'm sorry, because the question did ask about pain specifically.
It's okay. You get so excited in some things that you're passionate about. And you just
when I was doing laser tattoo removal, we would have to use like local lidocaine. We would numb the skin with an injection. But with Tattoo Away, we're actually just using a little topical. And that, is all that patients really need. It's much, much less painful.
Yeah.
But pain control, it can be done with even an injection if you're going to do laser, but usually topical.
I like to explain it to my patients that
because you had it done on your neck.
Yeah, I've had it done. We can show my before and afters. We've also done a whole podcast on this, so you guys should reference that. But I like to explain it to patients that at worst case scenario, it's going to feel just like when you got the tattoo done.
Yeah.
The numbing really, really helps. But when we do the procedure, it sounds like a tattoo gun. It gives the same vibes as a tattoo, like you're getting a tattoo, but we're actually extracting the ink. And so
I would say the laser is much more painful because it does use heat. And so for that, you may want to ask your doctor to inject it with some lidocaine.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap. I am going to look into Coachella. It sounds like from the quiz, I need to get out and go to a music festival.
How about you guys tag us in your Coachella pictures?
Tag us in your Coachella photos. I want to see the outfits, the makeup,
the sunscreen,
skincare hacks that you're employing, the sunscreen, all of it. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome to the More Than a Pretty Face podcast, where we go more than skin deep to, I don't know, what are you doing?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I didn't want to chew on gum during the podcast.
Oh, that's a good idea.